I got this draw knife at a garage sale for actually $2 instead of $3, and it's definitely needs of restoring. It's got some chips in the blade here, which we're gonna leave because you have to grind almost a ½ inch of the blade down, and at that point you might have to work on re-tempering the blade once you've ground it. So we're gonna leave those in there, but clean up everything else. A lot of this rust is gonna need to go. There's a lot of different rust removers out there. A lot of them work really well, but distilled white vinegar, really any kind of vinegar, almost works identical, and it's by far the cheapest option. Everything is now submerged in the vinegar, and we're not going to bother with the wooden handles because you'd have to grind off these pins, and then whenever you reassemble everything, you'd have to grind a little bit of wood off the tip of the handle and then repin it over. It'd be a lot of work, and I don't think the vinegar is going to harm the wood. I'm going to dab a little bit of vinegar onto the ends here, but we might have to end up flipping this around once the rust is dissolved off of here and letting that sit. You can see little bubbles coming up all over the surface, so you know it's dissolving the rust. It's a little bit hard to see, but there is less corrosion on the tip there, and what I'm going to do is take this rag, get some more vinegar on it, and lay it back in place. About 1 day later, I can still see a lot of bubbles coming off of it, and the difference is quite huge. I mean, it's all flaking off. All the corrosion and rust that was on there is just all flaking off, and these rags worked pretty well. I can even see bits of metal, and all that corrosion just comes off. This is amazing. One thing about using vinegar as a rust remover is it's completely safe. I mean, it's just vinegar. You can touch it. There's no harmful chemicals in it. It's sure taking off all that corrosion. It's all flat. It just takes off that corrosion, and this is really clean. And with this really low aggressive vinegar, we aren't grinding away any material, and our maker's mark is still in there. It says Hart Manufacturing Co. I'm pretty surprised, but this actually still has an edge on it. It's not exceptionally sharp, but it still has an edge. Just the wire wheel is doing a great job. It's cleaning it up a lot. I got the ends here cleaned up. I mean, this is what it looked like whenever I was just using the Scotch-Brite and a rag. The wire wheel is doing a great job. I'm sanding it down with 400 grit, a little bit on the handles, but they're still a little bit wet from the vinegar, so I might need to let them dry out. And here it is all finished. It still has that rustic look to it with the worn handles, and of course you could put more work into it, getting all the pits out of the steel, but I kind of like the look. It shows that it's old and it's been used, and it already has chips in the blade, so I'm not worrying about it too much. We just got the corrosion off. This looks like it's been taken care of, and that's what I want it to look like.